once again. It's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show. Yeehaw.
Good morning, Southern Fried Podcast fans and all you breadheads out there in Cornbread Nation. It's a beautiful day. Good morning, Dave. How are you this morning?
I'm all right.
Oh, we got Dave.
It is Hump Day.
It is Hump Day. Hump Day. We're halfway through. You make it through the day, you're halfway through the week. It's almost weekend time. Oh. Trying to put a positive spin on it, but you got to make it through the day to get to that almost weekend time. Well, I hope everybody's doing well this morning. Hey, if y'all get a chance, we interviewed Pastor Mike Stroud from Weewa Hitchcock First Baptist at church last night, and y'all jump over there and check out that interview. It was a great interview. If you're in the Weewa Hitchcock area, for a good church, go check him out. They're on Facebook Live on Sunday mornings, and y'all check him out. He's a great church. My wife and I have been down there several times, and people there they just open their arms up and welcome you right on in. They just go in, you're just a part, and it's great. So y'all check them out. Sorry,
Absolutely.
Just had to put a plug in on that this morning.
No, we should put a plug in on it.
Always. And I'm gonna I kind of laughing a little bit this morning because I'm gonna touch on just a bit of news here with the rapper out there, Lord Jamar. He's a rapper, producer, he's an actor, and they asked him about Vice President Harris. And he said, now this is coming off Fox News, but he said, "This woman, to me, is not qualified to run, a Dunkin' Donuts or a 7-Eleven, let alone the corporation we call the United States of America." Wow. That's that's harsh. I agree with him, but it's harsh.
Well, one of the problems they have is when you purposely push part of a certain demographic away, then you get what you get, because not only have they attacked African American males, that they can't. I mean, Biden did it, she's done it, they've all done it, and they've just denigrated them as men. It's like they're not, they're not smart, or they're not, masculine enough, or they're not whatever if they don't toe the line. And what do you expect? I mean, when some of the things they say when there's been this attack on man, being a man and what is a man and all that. What do you expect? I mean, eventually there's going to be a big pushback, and that could happen in the voting.
And this happened with Joe Biden too. He jumped out there and said, "Well, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black." And now basically Obama's thrown the same thing out there. Well, if you don't vote for Kamala, you're not a real man. And it's just.
And to be fair, I think this has happened. This has happened a little bit from both sides. I think it's mainly one-sided, but it has happened, and I've never liked negative attack because you don't get. mean, you're not going to get votes that way anyway. To me, and if you're trying to influence independents or undecideds, to go on the attack like that and say you're not something or you're less than if you don't vote for me, to me, that's not effective. Tell me what you're going to do for me. Tell me how you're going to lead in my best interest. Don't attack me on what I am or what I'm not, depending on whether I vote for you. And I've always said that's a slippery slope because nobody likes to be attacked. I mean, who likes to be attacked? And when you attack someone, you push them away. There's almost to the point that you can almost never reclaim them because you have now offended them. I've just never liked that. Okay. I always like, and this just goes back, and no matter who wins an election, you can say in your words you want to be a unifier, but if you don't actually work at unifying, you're not a unifier. You can't say to all you people, okay, we've won, to all you people that didn't vote for me, I still, I'm elected. I want to be there for you too. But we with every election now, it's almost like, okay, we won, all you other people are out. That's not, I just don't like that. I've never liked that. This is not just something that's happened recently, but it has been trending worse to the bad side of that for some time now. And that's what's frustrating. So even if your candidate loses on election day for whatever race it is, and I think down ballot they do a better job of that. They really do. But when you're doing your victory lap, you better include in that victory lap. You better try to include. Say, listen, I know you didn't vote for me, and we're not going to agree on stuff because there's things that I'm for and you're not. But I'm still representing you, and there are still things that we may could possibly work on. Let's see if we can reach consensus on that on some things. I think that's a much better and more effective message than to just go attack half the population of the United States and say, all you people suck. We don't want, you lost. Go hide somewhere. That's not effective. I don't like that. And I think there's a little bit of that. There's a lot of it that goes on, and there's some of it that goes on with every race now, especially for president. And that's frustrating to me. Because where does that leave you? That doesn't leave you it doesn't leave you anywhere to go with that.
No. Hey, you better say hi to Sugar Britches.
Oh, I didn't have my chats pulled up. Sorry, I was working on the banner.
You better say hi to Sugar Britches.
Good morning there, Daniel. Good to see you, buddy.
You better call him by name.
And Brother Cook. Well, for one, we have Thunder Cheeks in here as well. So if you're going to do one, you have to do the other. So
okay. Good morning, Thunder Cheeks.
Thunder Cheeks and Sugar Britches, and then I don't know that we have one for Michael. He's never given us an indication of where he is on this. So,
well, we got Sugar Britches, Thunder Cheeks. Michael can be.
He's Tire Man, but I don't know what else we
Rubber Britches, because tires and rubber. It could be Rubber Britches.
I don't know.
I'm gonna be careful though because that's right. He's the czar. He's the czar. Okay, so no Rubber Britches for Michael. What do you think, Daniel? Is Rubber Britches an awesome name, or should we go with Rubber Britches or czar?
I like the czar. I do. I forgot about that. We got to keep that is his official title now. The czar. He's the czar of all things. So when we need help, we send in the czar.
Cook's giving him look here. What do you mean it doesn't matter? Oh, come on now. Rubber Britches or czar? You choose. We liking czar, but you choose. Who's your daddy? Well, you ain't my daddy. You know I'm your daddy. My goodness, I named you. That means I'm your daddy. No britches in my time.
No britches. Okay, maybe he's no britches. He said it. We just leave that last part off. He's no britches. Well, that was probably Uncle Jeb. Uncle Jeb, gets on the
Yeah.
front porch. We have to watch him,
Well, you never know. We are podcasting. You don't ever know if somebody has on pants or not. So he may not
You
have
need
be no britches in his title.
you need to load that picture up into the. I've got one that's cropped. I'll have to get that and get that. We'll have to get that up there for Uncle Jeb. No britches in my title. Yeah.
Oh,
But just early reports from my district or my county, and early voting in my county was that it was very steady. The early voting, I saw one of our dear friends had come out with her and took a picture of her "I voted" sticker on the first day, which was our dear friend from the mountain. And well, there is a Bama fan on here. I don't know about Vol, but there is a Bama. Michael.
he's
Bizarre.
just feeling. He's just feeling cantankerous this morning because we accuse him not having no britches on. Look at that. He knows good and well ain't no Bama fans on this screen right now, or Tennessee,
Not on the
especially.
screen, but in the chat there is because you got Cook in
Yeah,
there, and he's
we got
definitely
Cook in here.
he's Bama and Georgia, but he's Bama first, so
How can you beat Bama and Georgia?
he just is.
Oh
And
my God!
I mean, I've known him for over 30 years, and he's always promoted Georgia too. He's just a good Southern boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think he feels guilty because he lives in Georgia and he roots for Bama, so he throws Georgia in there behind him, so he can fit in. He don't. Cook wants no enemies. You know what I mean?
yeah.
He doesn't want any enemies. Well, he
He's
likes the Cowboys and Falcons. Right now he might be a little bit more of a Falcon fan. The Cowboys got thrashed. I mean,
yeah, yeah. Hey, we got an announcement to make. We got to make this announcement before we go too much
Well,
further.
I was waiting on you. You just over rambling on about people's britches. I was just.
Oh, hey, if y'all will notice up here in the top right corner of our screen there, we got a thing for Mammoth Nation. We are now an affiliate of Mammoth Nation. You can click there and go shop all their products. Look, this is American products, American made. They support veterans. They support more conservative type views. Yeah, they do have a membership to shop there, but their membership money goes toward helping anti-woke veterans, stuff like that, stuff that for American values that we all love and try to stand up for. And they're there, and they do support them. And it's not a publicly traded company; it's a private company, and they group all these groups together, and they got a lot of really neat items. And if you go there, you can get a membership. It's not expensive; it's like $5 or $10 a month, and you'll support them and us. Um,
I'll just
so
have to have the link for them, and we're still setting those up. We do have it on our Cornbread Nation page and on our Facebook has now been posted, and we'll get this spread out to all of them. There's a QR
yeah,
code as well as a link. We've got that out there. We're still setting it up to put on here, but we do have 2 affiliations now, and we're excited about that. So you're going to be seeing a lot about it, and other ways to give as well. We were just still setting all that up, so we're excited about it though. Supporting Americans, American made, American
yes,
businesses, veterans. So I think anytime we can do that, it's a great day for all of us. And in doing that,
absolutely,
you save money, and we benefit too. So these affiliations, and we're working on some more stuff now. There's a lot of stuff. I just say, Robert, going into 2025, we're just really working everything as hard as we can, taking it step by step. But there's a lot of cool things ahead for
oh
Southern
yeah,
Fried Podcast, and Cornbread Nation, and we're growing and getting more recognized every day, and that's because of you, the listener, you, the watcher.
yes,
You're making all that possible, and people are, when we apply for this stuff, they look us over and they're seeing our footprint, so to speak, because they want somebody, somebody affiliated with somebody that's going to have traffic, somebody that's recognized. When we ask for interviews now, we don't get who are you anymore. Sometimes they've already heard of us, or they've been recommended by somebody else to them. about us, and that just takes time. It takes time to build your brand, as we call it. And thank you, Cook. And so, everything we put up might not be for you, but if you could all do that, support them. We're always about small American businesses, people that are kicking butt every day trying to make a living, and we don't forget about them. Whether they're Decatur Diner or whoever else we work with, we're always going to promote that. The churches, we're promoting American values, Christian values. People out here that love America, patriotic, and there's a lot of hardworking people in this nation. They just need to be left alone to do their business and quit being pushed down by the forces that be in Mammoth Nation. And Dubby is another one for us. They're building their brand and they're helping us as well. So we're helping each other. So Dubby Energy Drinks, you're gonna be seeing more about that, a lot more about it. I've got things that are soon to arrive. And you're seeing them all over the internet. We're now affiliated with them as well. That is another one that I have talked about, and we may look into. I have not used them yet, but that is something I looked at because I was under contract to another. But I've talked to my family about it, and so that's probably another company that there's a good possibility. We'll say. We don't know how their affiliation programs work, but it's something we can certainly look at. And they do have very reasonable prices, and they have great service. And again, another patriotic company. So absolutely, Michael. So yeah, we're just you're gonna be just bear with us. So when we do ads and stuff, that's just part of being what we're doing. Everything pours back into the company, so to speak. So it helps. It helps you, helps us. So we appreciate it.
This I'm gonna throw one more thing out there about Mammoth Nation. I love them. They really do support American business and the veterans, and that goes right along the lines with us. I mean, there was never a more hand in hand type thing ever made that I've seen thus far. What? Y'all got a frost advisory?
There's some colder temps coming, man. It's cool up here this morning. I don't know. I haven't looked at the weather, but there's definitely we definitely got. I've been busy with other stuff, and I just know it's cool this morning. But I did see some of the temperatures and stuff that were coming, and they were getting colder, definitely. So yeah, 38, 39. Just a little dip, and then we kind of heat back up just a little bit, but we're definitely in that time frame. Yeah, could be, brother, man. Could be.
Well, it's 52 here.
It's gonna be 38 Thursday morning. So.
Wow. Well, it's going to get down to 51 this morning here, and then tomorrow 53. Then we warming back up. But no, that's today.
Wow. Well, it's that time of year, and up in them mountains. And God bless those people. They're recovering, in Western North Carolina. So,
my goodness,
makes things a little more difficult. Michael says 36 at the house.
Well, this is the time of year when it starts cooling off usually, but them people up there in North Carolina are not looking forward to this, and this is not what they need. And as far as I know, they still haven't got any temporary homes or shelters or anything like that up as much. Have you heard anything on that?
Well, no, it's going to take a little while to build infrastructure like that. I don't know about any temporary camps or anything, but I think a lot of people, which is hard for them, they're either living with other family that are located outside the worst of the disaster or even outside the state in some cases. So, you're going to see a lot of that. But there's so much work going on. A massive amount of men and equipment, and I just mean manpower into the area. Getting the infrastructure set up, getting those roads and bridges, that's critical because you can't even get in to do some of the stuff they need done if you don't have that. The linemen are working hard, restoring power, which is always, of course, water supply. They're trucking in, thousands of gallons of water a day, as well as meals in the worst hit areas. It's going to take a long time but obviously housing to be going up. I'm sure there are some things already started, but Well, we heard the pastor talking about even down in Valdosta, Georgia, talking about
Yeah.
trees. They were covering roofs till they could come in later and get their estimate and get roof repairs. They're just trying to get it where they don't have a hole in their roof, so they actually have a structure. But yeah, okay.
uh,
Well, it's either nice or like, hey, or you idiots. I don't know. But hello to you, fellow
yeah.
person.
It
We'll just say person.
we normally highlight people on the show. Don't do. We try to really watch our language on here, and as far as I know, that's not holy. But yeah,
No,
we are white.
but
I'm assuming that maybe you are, maybe you're not. Don't know. Don't want to make the assumption there. But yeah, if you want to throw up a comment that don't have language in it, we'll be glad to highlight you this morning. We want to.
thanks for coming in from Twitch, and we hope you're playing games. It's green, okay. I know you're
Okay,
joking,
we
but that's
got that up
okay.
there.
Welcome, green people. We welcome all people.
That's right.
Well,
Everybody.
when we do our paranormal series, there are people
Hey,
looking for
whoa.
green.
Did you come here legally? If you're from Kepler B23, you're already an alien. That's one strike against you. I hope you use the proper channels with which to get into this world and country.
Well, it don't mean he might not be from the country. I mean, he could be from outside the country, or she. Let's say he or
okay.
she.
Yeah.
To be
Well,
fair.
we got to be fair. Good morning, anyway.
Yeah. Good morning to you. Happy gaming.
Yeah. Hang on a minute. I'm fixing to get attacked here. I got to fix this.
You have a cat attack going on first thing in the morning?
Oh, come here.
Me too, Michael. I'm just.
Oh, look at this big boy this morning. Look how much this sucker's grown.
We have orange.
Huh?
Orange.
It's chuckers.
I know it's a shade of orange, right? But it has orange and white.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he's ornery. Oh, he heard food out front there. He had to go.
I'll agree with you. I'll agree with you on that statement. That's true. People do like their groups. So
Yes, they do.
I love all of mankind.
That's right.
I'm no
Yeah, they are dumb. Some of them.
The only group I'm a part of is God's army. I'm a member of the army of God, because I'm a Christian. So
yeah.
that is a group. It's a massive group, and it's an eternal group. So I like that. Amen.
But you
Welcome
be
to the stream, though. We appreciate you being here.
absolutely. And being that you're from another planet, why don't you give us your first impressions of humans here? I know you got that they're dumb, and they always want to group themselves. Have you got any other impressions for first impressions for humans? Michael, we don't even talk about that kind of stuff around here. You'll terrify all of our cats. That's not very nice.
We do have the victory cook. We have the victory.
Amen. We do.
I saw a church. They were looking for some of the old redback, crimson or redback, they call them, but more like a crimson. But they're actually the Church of God produced those decades ago, and you can still get them. But that's who produced those. Oh, and page 120, Victory in Jesus, is most any church in the area that uses that. They know all those page numbers, and so. Well, that's true too. Amen. Amen. There's a lot of bad humans out there.
Yeah.
A lot of bad.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, we have some of that running for election. True.
Yeah.
I didn't say which one. I just said you have
Well,
them.
that's true. I agree.
I did not say a person or party. I just made a statement, and I think it's true. So there's a lot of bad people.
And have you ever noticed that there's a certain group out there that just seems dumber Not dumber, but gullible. I mean, let's just throw something out there, and we're going to say, and they've been saying they're going to do stuff for years, and they don't do it unless it will undermine democracy. So
that's a very true statement in a lot of cases, which is unfortunate in our country anymore. I definitely agree, and I hear this statement a lot of people who go vote. I believe in voting because I one I want to hold on to the institution of being able to have the freedom to do that, and two, all the lives that have been lost to defend that right, meaning our American military veterans who are laying in graves across all of Europe and elsewhere, and those that have been injured for that. But you are absolutely correct, and a lot of people that vote will say, I really don't like anybody running in this particular election of whatever level it is. I'm voting for the lesser of two evils. And that to me, it's a sad thing. I mean, it really is, because really you would want it to be tough. You want it to be tough, not that way, but tough the other way, to go in and I like them both, or I like, maybe there's three people running or whatever it is. And it's really hard to, change. I remember one time when there were three, it was a primary, and this is way back. This is before George W. was running. And a guy at work, he asked me, it was a primary, and he was asking me, which one of the three that I was going to vote for. And when I just named one, I was like, well, I said, as you ask me right now, and sometimes I'm like that, right? If you ask me right now, this is who I would say, but I'm still praying about it. I'm still investigating it, and I don't know. But as of right now, this guy just blew up. I'm on the job. He just blows up. He's red-faced, spit coming out of his mouth, veins are popping out. I thought the guy was going to transform into something, like one of those monsters or something. I mean, and people are stopping and looking like, what's wrong with that guy? And he goes on this rant, like a 2-minute rant, where he's just screaming and spitting and hollering. And when he got done, he said, is that what you're telling me? And I said, yeah, that's about it. He didn't have nothing to come back with. He just walked off. He just shook his head. He'd come back later and apologize. But he lost it. I was like, come on, dude. You ask me the question. If you don't want to know the answer, don't ask me.
Yeah.
Oh.
I remember one of the times growing up when I got in about the worst amount of trouble I could ever get into with my granddaddy. I'd done something and he didn't like it, and he was letting me know about it. I mean, just letting me know about it. And I was just standing there, and he kept going. Let me know, let me know, let me know. And when he got done, he quieted down. I looked over at him and I went, huh? Oh, my goodness.
Did you see Cook's statement?
Yeah. When he got done, I looked at him, said, huh? I should have kept my mouth shut that day.
Absolutely.
No.
Great news for the rivalry between Georgia and Georgia Tech. They have moved the game for the first time ever, because it's due to be played at Georgia Tech. They have moved the game to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. This is a historic moment for that rivalry. They get to go to the big house, Mercedes-Benz. Of course, this weekend we have Georgia, Texas. Georgia is, they're down 4 points. They believe Texas is going to win, and they very well could. Georgia needs to rise up, and we're going to use a Falcon term there, and they need it's in Texas. Georgia, you got to get it done. For all of America, you got to take down the Longhorns.
Yeah. Yes.
So what they do, they hate it. They like to do this, right? But their opponents do this.
Hey, I got to throw this out there, though. That Tech had to get into Mercedes-Benz Stadium somehow. Ain't that where they hold the national championship games usually and everything else? Yeah. That's the only way they're going to get in there is change that venue. They want to play in Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
All right, hold on. Cook says he's got big news for me. I want to know what this news is. What's the big news, Cook? This could either be really good or really bad, or somewhere in the middle. What? Oh, yeah, I forgot that they're coming back to the 2025. So you're saying, or what is the bad news? Are you saying that it's going to be the Cowboys in the 2025 Super Bowl? Is that the bad news? In his garage in the tar store, because I wasn't. That's what I love about the South.
Yes. Get out of here.
Just leave. Just take your tire, take your money, take your business, take yourself, and go.
Take my granny, take my dog. Get.
We got that right. It's America.
Yeah. America.
Cornbread nation, baby.
Well, maybe that was Cook's big news that you already know the Super Bowl's going to be in Atlanta 2025. Maybe that was his only big news.
I got big news. I hope in 2025, the big news, he maybe said it this way, since it's played after the first of the year. So maybe he's throwing a little love that the Falcons have a chance to
he might be.
The way they're playing.
Yeah. Well, secretly he's a Falcons fan. He don't really like Dallas. Secretly, he's a Falcon. I'm telling you. Deep down in his heart of hearts, he's a Falcons fan.
He bleeds that Texas star.
And a Georgia fan.
I got to say this about Cook, though. Cook has changed over the years. He's mellowed a little bit in his old age. Cook was very much more. He trash talked a lot more a few years ago. He really has. He's softened. He's love and peace now. He's not. He doesn't do that. He used to be. He used to be one of those fairly obnoxious Bama fans. I've got to say, he was one of those that would throw out, "We've won 152 titles, Dave. Alabama."
Yeah. I don't care about what you have done. What are you going to do? That's what we care about.
There's something that used to irk me. There's something used to irk me years ago, and I have loved it so much in the last few years. For the last, oh my God, 15 years or whatever it is. Used to be in the schedules for Alabama and Tennessee. When you look at their preseason schedule, they would show all their games, and their last game they would show would be the SEC title game, without even knowing they're going to get there. And Tennessee would do that, and Alabama would do that. And that's not so much. Tennessee hasn't been able to put that there in a long time. They might get back. I don't think it's this year, but they might. But they used to do that. Well, that's changed a little bit.
Because everybody's going, yeah, right.
now Bama fans are not trashing their new coach, but they're throwing warning signs up. Like, I don't know. He's got to get a hold of that team. It's almost the Eeyore kind of talk, They're kind of shaking their head like, I don't know. I think the coach got to get a hold of this team. But Daddy Saban wouldn't let them be over there taking selfies with the cell phones. He wouldn't let them get there on the football field kicking that football and disrespecting the refs and other players. Da. Well, you never know, man. One game doesn't make a season. One game doesn't make a season.
I don't know what that is. I'm sorry.
Well, we can't put up something we don't know. So
yeah.
Well,
let's see if I can.
Let's see here. Let's run to a quick commercial, Roberto, and I'm gonna pull it up.
Okay.
And then give you a chance to refill your cup. How about that?
Oh, I need to refill my cup too.
All right, we'll be right back.
Oh.
Hang with us now, and we'll have you.
Here at the Southern Fried Podcast, one of the blessed things we've been able to do is partner with the wonderful people at Animal Rescue Alliance, Inc., ARA. These folks are a no-kill shelter in Donaldsonville, Georgia. You see the contact info on the screen. And these folks would love to have you come adopt a dog or a cat. They have folks that come from all over the United States, not just the state of Georgia. They're great folks. It's been a wonderful partnership between Southern Fried Podcast and ARA. And we've been blessed to meet some of the folks that have adopted animals from ARA. Also, we've been able to encourage people to donate and volunteer. They encourage volunteers that are in the area, and they're just wonderful people. We'd love for you to contact them, meet them too, go on their website, see some of the animals, and we know you'll want to partner with them too by taking a dog or a cat to their forever home. Join with us, the Southern Fried Podcast, in support of this great work of the Animal Rescue Alliance, Inc., ARA. We know you'll be happy you did. I know we are. Hey, Southern Fried Podcast fans, we now have an affiliation with the energy drink Dubby. Dubby energy drinks come in different types. We'd ask you to go shop, and if when you use code Southern Fried, you get a 10% discount, and you help the Southern Fried Podcast remain on the air. Thank you for your support. Remember, Dubby and the Southern Fried Podcast with their code Southern Fried. This is Dave and Rob with the Southern Fried Podcast. Our affiliation with Dubby Energy Drinks has just begun. When you use the promo code Southern Fried, you'll receive 10% off of your order. They have the energy drinks in the cans or in the powder or in the packet form. There are also some other merch ideas there that you can shop for as well. And with Christmas coming, they have the gifts just for you to give to your friends and relatives. So please support the Southern Fried Podcast by shopping at Dubby Energy Drinks. And when you use the promo code Southern Fried, you save and we also benefit as well. Thank you so very much for your support. Shop Dubby and help yourself and also help Southern Fried. Thank you.
Sorry, I cut you off there, Dave. I didn't mean to. That was an accident.
I was up here like, boy.
I was like,
If we had the outtake videos of things that people don't see, they would laugh. It'd be a great.
all right, we got to catch up here. We got a couple here. We got to throw this one here up there. And Michael, I'm going to say this. If that coach ain't gone for losing to Vanderbilt, he's okay for right now.
He's okay for right now. They wouldn't fire him in the first year unless he got caught in a Dothan, Alabama motel room with the wrong person. I'll say that.
And the wrong person would be somebody from Tennessee. What could say here? No, but one game breaks your heart.
It sure does, Cook.
Yeah, Vanderbilt broke the state of Alabama's heart, dude. Vanderbilt. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I saw something about that. I think it. I don't know if it was 50,000 or not, but yeah, it was a 100% forgivable loan for like 1 million of them, dude. For black people, for black men.
It's like
Black
the
men
statement that Biden made that they couldn't understand the internet or whatever he said, or how to get on the. I mean, they just continue to make bad statements, and that's just what angers. It just really. There are some very prominent African American voices who are not happy about a lot of the things because they feel like it's still you stay in your corner kind of talk. And one of them, and I'll say it because I think Morgan Freeman is one of them. And if I'm wrong on this, correct me. Wasn't he the one that said, "Don't give me no Black History Month"? You're going to put us to 1 month? And I understand his saying that. I get it one way. I get what they're trying to do because every day you have every day has celebration of something. Every month is a celebration of something. Yeah. But he said, "You're not going to give me 1 month to celebrate Black history." That's not right. I applaud him on that because he has a great point. You know what? I'm voting for you on this. I like it. I need a green month. I like it. We should have a green month. We can talk about plants. We can talk about all those things that we like that are green.
I misread that, and I thought it said I need a green mouth. And I was, I had reverse dyslexia this morning. And, I thought it said you had a green mouth. I didn't put it up because I was like, why do you need a green mouth? But, but yeah, we need a green month. I think Morgan also said, Morgan also said that Black history is American history.
Well, sure. He did say that. He's absolutely correct.
Yes. Yeah, we keep dividing ourselves based on color, based on politics and everything else, the denominations. We need to be just Americans. I mean, it's just like Christians with all our denominations. We need to just be Christian or believers and just come together. But we don't do that. Well, that's more than what we can do. Did you put that up there? You need to put that up there.
I'm saying I'm taking it. I was trying to put it up. I think we were both doing it at the same time, and we were canceling each other out.
Oh,
But I will take that month. Yeah.
yeah.
But it can't be all bulldogs. It has to be the English bulldog. That it has to be UGA month.
Uga month.
Because we got this other pretend team that pretends like they're bulldogs too in the SEC. Come on,
Yeah.
go get your own. Go get your own mascot. I mean, come on.
Well, we can call them the puppies. They're not grown up enough to be bulldogs, so you just call them the puppies.
The puppies.
The puppies. The Mississippi State puppies.
State puppies.
I'm sorry, Cook. I got up on my soapbox there a little bit. I do that sometimes. I can't help it. I stumble and a foot lands on it, and next thing I know, I'm standing up there just a going. So, but I do believe that. I do believe that the human race, to Idzo Oash, however you say your name.
This is you bringing you're showing your intelligence right now, and I appreciate it because this is absolutely true. This is absolutely true, and that is there's great concern in our country because this divide and conquer idea is absolutely you're destroyed from within. And I've said the enemy from within right now is much more dangerous than any enemy we have from without. Not that we shouldn't worry about China or North Korea or Russia or Iran or whoever because nuclear weapons. But the real enemy we have right now is it's in our own. It's inside of America. It's right here.
Yes.
And it is dividing. And I've told you about people that I meet all the time of all different races and backgrounds, and they say the same thing. We cannot let them divide us. We are Americans, and we shake hands, we hug, we tell each other we love each other, and I'm on a mission dedicated to that, to not let myself be divided from people. I may not like things that people do, or they may not like that, but I will not allow myself to be divided like that. That's a great statement. I think you keep bringing it because you're bringing some great stuff this morning. I love it.
Speaking of division, Dave, let's not forget about Chupacabra, Dave.
Yeah. I am going to reach out today and try to book our Bigfoot hunter. I was hoping to get to that yesterday or last night. Didn't. I was so tired. But I'm going to reach out and try to get that interview for sometime Sunday into early next week. Sometime we're going to try to get that. He works, and so we got to work around his work schedule as well. And he's not full-time hunter, but he is a hunter, and he's out there often on the weekends hunting for the dogman skinwalker, the Bigfoot, Sasquatch.
We have another interview coming up with Miss Stephanie Harity, running for County Commissioner District 2 over here in Bainbridge. We're going to be shooting that here before long, hopefully tomorrow evening. She is so sweet and she is so smart, and she's got the, what is it? The moxie.
She does. She's a lot of fun. I like her energy. I like that she has a sense of humor.
Yes, and
you have to have a sense of humor. I get it, and Twitch is more for that. We used to play a lot of video games. In fact, Robert still plays. We just don't do them online like we used to, although it is online. We're old gamers. What do you play, by the way?
Yes.
We played, man, everything back in the day, from Ultima Online to
Evercrack,
Star Wars to what was
EverQuest.
EverQuest. And
WoW.
War. WoW. Yeah, I said War, but WoW. There might have been one more thrown in there. I don't remember. We played a lot of online games back in the day.
But, Ultima Online was way back in the 90s. Yeah, you do, Cook.
We started out, we all worked together, and we played video games. Oh, my gosh. and we'd come in all sleepy, swearing we wasn't going to get back on the next night. There
And
we
we right
were.
back.
Because once we got home, we were rested up. We kind of slept, worked our way through the day, and then we'd go back and do it all again.
And I don't know if you guys have ever played Ultima Online, but it was free-form world. You could do whatever you wanted to, and there were different guilds, different factions. And me and Dave would spend hours at the fish store drinking coffee and trying to figure out how we were going to mess with people's heads that night. Literally. And just cracking each other up because we knew we were going to do it.
Yeah, if you get a chance there, Ash, give us what you're playing. I know it's
Yeah.
Call of Duty is very big out there right now. I guess Fortnite is a big thing still. I stay a little in tune to what's going on, but there's a lot of video. That's a big thing right now. These streams like Twitch and Kick and others that do that, they kind of specialize in that.
Yeah.
We just decided we'd throw out a little of our content there, but you know what? You could be our resident game expert depending on what the game is, and send us some screenshots of victories. That'd be cool. Yeah, Fortnite. Have you ever played that?
Yeah.
Fortnite. Elmer Fudd.
Elmer Fudd. Another one that's big is Elder Scrolls, and 3D fighting game called Dragon Ball.
Yeah, Dragon Ball is big.
Yeah, Sparking Zero. That's way back at the beginning, isn't it?
I've heard of Dragon Ball. Okay.
Elder Scrolls 6 is fixing to come out. Elder Scrolls 5 is probably one of the biggest RPGs that's come out in a long time. It's good. I liked Elder Scrolls 5. And I'm looking forward to Elder Scrolls 6, which will probably be a couple of years still before they put it out. Bethesda's kind of dropped the ball on getting this stuff out.
Definitely bring us some of this information because that helps us. You never know who's watching, and we will certainly want to kind of fit everybody's niche on many things. And this is an area that we have done. I'm not currently doing it, but it would be it would be interesting to have that. Just like I think Rob, and I'm hoping we can affiliation with Chickbait, and we might even have segments on. I think we should update on some of the true crime stories. Because that's of interest. People are really into some of those major stories, and I'd like to have an outlet for that here because it interests me. I read up on them. So, but I'd like somebody to come along. I play Mac till I can't see. Do you do that just against the computer, or you do it online, Cook? That's an interesting statement. Asian game companies are making all the good stuff now, books and games.
I'm not. There's a lot of the Asian type stuff that I do like. Final Fantasy was one of my favorites, and that's straight up Asian. But there's a lot of stuff out there that is good and enjoyable that is coming out of some of these Asian companies, and I'll admit that. I mean, some of them are really good. I don't think Bethesda. I think it's one of the best. I don't think it's Asian, but it's slow. They're slow on their releasings. And I mean, Elder Scrolls 5 came out, 5-6 years ago? But
that's a video game, isn't it? Walls, he's a video game, right? Knucklehead. Is that what you call it? It's Knucklehead, right? That's what you call it.
Knucklehead.
I'm a Knucklehead. It's
Maybe
the Knucklehead game.
Booger Man. We call him Booger Man.
He hunts with an unloaded weapon.
Yeah, because he darn sure can't load it.
Oh, y'all bringing some good stuff this morning. Y'all really make the time go good when y'all come in here like this. They're up and early, Rob. I don't know if they've stayed up all night. Well, in Michael's case, I think he gets up early. Cook's probably been up all night. Cook, but I mean, though, you're playing on your phone, but are you playing against other people or are you playing against the computer with that game? I've done both. I mean, it's much more fun against people, though, because you can trash talk and everything else, I guess. But I have watched on Twitch. I have watched some of those, playing the games and stuff. It's with today's technology and stuff, it's pretty wild. I mean, they're set up, man. They got the gaming chairs going on. I mean, the whole room is set up to game. It's pretty amazing. I got to give them credit. I was thinking, where was this when I was,
Yeah,
14 years
we'd have
old?
totally geeked out.
We had little dots we were knocking across the screen and thought we were really doing it. These guys got like a 3D world with surround sound speakers. They got a game chair that's automatic, moves around. Yeah, the virtual reality. Oh yeah, there's that too now.
Uh,
And that's going to damage. We're going to have a lot of walking damaged people because of that. It's
yeah,
already having an effect, and unfortunately, the problems are going to multiply because of that, because of the young minds and stuff, and they're getting. But yeah, but we're just living in a time where, I mean, man, it's just all coming to. Well, it is virtual. It is so real like it's, and that you got to have protections for the young mind, the impressionable mind. I don't think it's good for. I don't think it's good for a teenager to be playing something that's just kill, kill, kill all the time.
I
Like
don't
it's
either.
very real. Because that guy that went in that grocery store who was racist up in Buffalo, I think he was a big gamer, if I remember right. And well, you go all the way back to Columbine. Those kids were playing
Yeah,
Doom, and in the game Doom, in their version, you could download these different. They named all of the people they were killing people they didn't like. I mean,
yeah.
that's what they did. They were going around killing people, characters with the names of people they didn't like, teachers, authority figures, other students, just people they didn't like. Their boss, because they worked at a pizza place. Um, it was very graphic, very sad.
Well, you can get desensitized. I mean, you go through in this game and you can actually make them less than human. You get
Yeah,
used to doing this and over and over and over. And it's just, uh,
very off.
sorry. But, and these young minds that are out there, it just, it just kind of throws gas on a fire.
It
I guess
does.
is a good way to put it.
It does.
Man, I hate to see it.
That's a great statement, Cook. Sad but great because it's true. And what happens in games? What happens in a game when you kill? It's not really dead. You have a
You
chance,
come
even if
back.
you die, you come back to life. But that doesn't happen in life. I mean, people die, they're dead. It's over, and you wonder, if not more reality with a game and in their head that it's not final, but it is final. And there's only one that's raised back from the dead and
Yeah.
lives today. Now he rose people back from the dead. He did, but I wonder about that.
But they're not
Man,
alive today.
they've all had. They say this Dubby energy drink we haven't really talked about yet. They say it makes you sharper for playing your games. It's really geared towards people that do, need that sharpness of mind, study, school, work. They say it gives you that. I'm going to try it. They say it don't has any sugar in it. It's geared to really make you more attentive, not just give you energy. We'll have to try this out. I think they're on it this morning. I mean, they are talk about
Yeah.
early in the morning, and they're nailing. I mean, some heavy thoughts. I'm
Yeah.
impressed.
And I'm gonna say this, David, at your age, you probably need something to sharpen your brain back up a little bit. I mean, you're not as young as you used to be. This will probably help kickstart you in the morning.
Well, I'm gonna try it because I'm promoting the product. I just waiting for.
Yeah.
I've got to get some in. We're just now affiliated,
Well,
so it's on the way.
I mean, you sound like Joe Biden up here a little bit every once in a while. And,
Oh,
you get some W, it might help a little bit.
man!
You get some W, you might sound like Trump. I'm just saying.
Wow!
I'm just promoting the product. You go
Wow!
from Biden to Trump. Just drink some W.
Ouch! You heard Michael there. He's a little more elderly than me. No, and I wasn't suggesting that. No, hey, bring it, man. I'm all on board. I agree. I don't think that everybody is going. No, I'm
No,
not. And I wasn't trying to suggest that. I'm just saying that it does play in.
it might be.
You are
There's a lot of
absolutely
breeds.
correct. Absolutely correct.
We should.
And it can't just be money thrown at it. It's money is a part of it. It's got to be a sustained effort. It can't just be, well, I'm going to give $1 million or whatever towards the mental health. We got to have real help for them. There are people walking the streets of our cities who need help, need medication, and sometimes it's just they don't have the transportation to get there. I mean, we need facilities. The government shut down a lot of funding for this back in the it's been about 15 years ago now, and there's a lot of people that just got released back on the streets that didn't have a choice, and they really have a hard time coping, and or they have no help at home. They have no resources at home. They have no support base, and they need help with that. But yeah, I totally agree. We're totally on board with what you're saying.
Yeah, and hey, I want to go back on this comment up here. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of people. Every gamer out there is not a violent shooter.
No.
You're absolutely right. In fact, very extremely rare, probably, to find them. But that one is, or
Well,
can be.
what he
It's
said
that
there
one
probably
that we want to spot.
parenting. Bad parenting would be a lot of things. It could be that they're good people, but they're not paying attention to what their kids are doing. It's become the babysitter, and you got to recognize if your kid is having anger issues, if they're being very negative, you got to find out where that's coming from. Is it because it could be music, it could be TV shows and movies they're watching. It could be a lot of things. It could be they even got damaged at school, and there's something going on.
There could be bullying at school.
It could be bullying. There's anger coming out. You got to find out where that's coming from and help them to navigate that. When my oldest son was in school, and I'm telling you, when my oldest son was in school, Jeremy, well, everybody in here except maybe a couple, or maybe whoever's listening in don't know my son. He's been on the program. In fact, we're gonna have a video about him hopefully today. It's a great day. But anyway, he was picked on. There was some bullying going on. We got it handled, but Jeremy was super quiet. He was so shy and super quiet, and he got picked on. And I looked at my son, and I saw him holding in a lot of anger, and he was. He got we didn't want to go to school. We kind of battled over that, and I was a little bit worried about where I saw him with his mental health about that. So we sat down and we talked about a lot of things, and I helped him to get those things out because he was holding in a lot of anger, and it's a teenage years. He was angry. He was being bullied. We got the bully. The bully took care of. He actually got off the bus one day, and the kid. No, we could never get proof. This kid screamed out the window of the bus what he was going to do to him the next day. And credit. Well, I heard somebody hollering. I didn't hear what he said, and Jeremy said he said it again. We got a phone call later. The bus driver heard that statement. And kudos to the bus driver. The bus driver immediately radioed in and said, "I'm coming back to the school, and we've got to remove a child from this bus." Told them what happened. They went back to school. They took that kid off the bus. They called the parents in and the police. That kid was instantly off the bus for the rest of the school year. I think they never were able to. And I know they called him in and put the seriousness of it because he made a threat to my son, a verbal threat that everybody heard. And that kid I don't think even was allowed to come back to school. I think they made him change schools, but they took care of it. And I want to say kudos to that because that really helped my son.
Yeah, and that's good. I mean, but it takes a full system. What you just described there was a full system. I mean, your son came to you, you backed him up, you helped him get the anger out, you supported him, and when it came to light, the school took over. And I mean, it takes a full system, and the school did absolutely the right thing there, and you did the right thing, and he did the right thing. But see, that was a best case scenario almost.
Yeah.
What if one part of that breaks down, then you've got issues.
That's true.
So
that's absolutely
it takes a whole system in place, just about.
Yeah. Great stuff this morning. I mean, really, really great stuff. Yes, Cook. Concur. And Michael, yeah, you're right. But again, it can be used in great ways. Again, it's all about access. It's time. It's all those things. It's supervision, paying attention to the phone. And by the way, the phone, we think of kids sitting in front of a computer screen, but now it's just the phone.
Yeah.
This has become the danger zone. You know, my granddaughter, which is on the front of my phone right there with the dog, Coco, she's asked me about certain apps, and I've said no. She said, but all my friends have it. And I said, no, you're not ready. And I know what goes on there. And so
Yeah.
you're just going to have, we're not, and it's not no forever. You've got to raise your children to be able to navigate these things as adults. So I just don't feel at this point that she's ready for that. When she is, we'll and I've done some of that in a very light, protected way. They have kids apps and stuff, and we've done that. And if we've given her something and she's went too far with something, it's gone, and we just remove it and we explain why. So you have to have that supervision. You have to track what your kids are doing. Kids are going to be kids. The best of kids will stray away to something. The curiosity effect, if nothing else. But nowadays, the problem is the kids that they know are all sending them stuff or showing them stuff at school or whatever. It's almost impossible, to keep it all away. You just can't. And I don't. Kaylee does not ride the school bus because the school bus is such a cesspool. It's a hellhole. I'll just say it. In a lot of cases, the language, things that are being said, the bullying, the bus is horrible. And I know that's not possible for some people, but we're been able to navigate. She's rode it some. Got out of hand. She didn't even want to ride it. So, because she wanted to ride with her friends, it was a quick drop off. But even in that, we stopped that. It just doesn't work. So that's why you see me going and dropping the kids off every day. There's several of them. And you know what? They ride on a church van now. And so they're not getting kids cussing, kids picking at them. And we're laughing and cutting up and trying to get them ready for their day. Again, that's better than riding that bus and hear all that foul language and stuff that they don't need to hear. So, but again, there are some parents, they just don't, they're stuck, man. They don't have any other means.
They don't have any other options.
And they're working all the time and they don't have a good support base. I don't, every issue is different. I'm not trying to, I believe even in the worst of situations, you can be more involved. You can't just say, I don't have any choice, but because for your kids, what do? You got to be willing to walk through hell for your kids. You do. But you've got to find ways. But it is more difficult for some. I will say that. Absolutely.
Well, Dave, I'm trying to help you watch the time because I know we have a tendency to run over in the mornings.
I'm okay. I don't got to drop kids off. It's fall break, so I don't mind.
Oh, okay. That's right. You're on fall break this week.
So I know you got to get the cats took care of, but I was like 5 or 10 after. I don't care. So we give a little bonus time here, but. So whenever you're ready, we're done. But I don't have to drop kids off. It's fall break, so let's see. Younger men nowadays are going. that has happened. Is that what they call the cougar?
Yeah, no, but I think
they do like someone that's not kiddish.
Yes, I think they're looking for somebody more mature in their mindset, in their beliefs, somebody more grounded. Maybe.
I wonder if some of this is those that feel like unintentionally they're looking more for something that they didn't get out of their mom. Maybe they feel like, because that can play in. Maybe
that could.
It could be a motherly kind of thing where they kind of miss some of that and they see that in older women or a little bit more settled women. I don't know. I'm not an expert on that at all, or I'm not expert on anything, but that's a deep statement. But I do see that.
Yeah. But think about it. Maybe this is a sign that, some of these younger men out there are looking for somebody more mature, emotionally. I mean, there's a lot of levels there that it could be. So, I mean,
it's a great thoughts this morning,
Yeah, we appreciate that. Hey, y'all, it's you come on back anytime. You've had some great thoughts this morning. We come back on tonight at 7 for Hump Day Live, Hump Day News. Come on back.
And that show's all over the place.
Yeah.
Michael says he dated old ones because he couldn't trust young ones.
Well, there's that.
Cook says, seeing a lot of folks vote today on TV. Awesome. Yeah, go vote. Let's get out there. I may go vote today. It just depends. It may be tomorrow because I'm going with my son. He's voting for the first time, and we're going to try to get a little video of that. And it's a big day for him. So he had to work. He had to work yesterday, so he didn't go. But today, so bigger crowd than I've ever seen. Americans know this. This is a big moment. Americans know it's a big moment. So
And
yeah,
look,
get out and vote.
we want y'all to vote. We want you to vote your conscience. We want you to vote smart. We want you to vote the way that you want to vote. We don't tell people they should vote one way or another. There's one side that we agree with more than the other, but it's your vote.
Well, if you
Just
don't vote, we're going to lose that right to vote if we don't vote.
Yeah.
And we're really giving that right away if we don't vote. We're letting them, because what happens is the smaller the voting electorate, then you get a small percentage of people that are telling everybody else how it's going to be.
Yeah.
You have to have your voice in that statement. So if 30% of the electorate comes out to vote in a given election, 30% of the people are telling 100% of the people what to do. That's what happens. Yeah. And these campaigns know that, and they market to the 30%.
Yeah.
Maybe 30% plus one. All over Georgia. Yeah. Go Georgians. Get out and vote. Absolutely.
Yes.
Proud of you.
Hey,
Give me a high clap. All you early voters, God bless you.
Yes.
Proud of you. I love you. You've been awesome. You're bringing it this morning. All of you, man. Y'all are like, I think they got up at 3:00 and got woke up for this.
Yeah, got their coffee all in. We got up at 4:30 and trying to get
over here
caught
trying
up.
to figure out how to run an ad, and these people are bringing heavy duty comments and stuff. I'm like, wow, that's heavy on a Wednesday day morning,
Hey, that's interesting there too. Atlanta precincts are packed.
Yeah,
well, we'll see what happens.
North and South Georgia, get your tails out there. You know what that means.
Yep. So, all right, guys, we appreciate you. Y'all come back tonight and see us for Hump Day News at 7 p.m. That's from the serious to the silly. We go all over the place. We don't care. It's all big crowds in Tennessee. Is that going to be for the Alabama-Tennessee game? Big crowds? Are they getting ready for that?
Later tater. I like that.
Cook.
Real quick, who do you think wins that game this year, Bama or Tennessee? Ooh.
Good Lord, as bad as it hates for me to say it the way this season's going, I'm going to say Tennessee.
Ooh.
Sorry, Cook. I had to change my answer there. That did not go with my picks. We got to go over our picks, too.
We're going to do picks.
You got to go Bama. I know you got to go Bama, but if y'all couldn't beat Vanderbilt, what you going to do with Tennessee?
Is that a heart pick or a head pick? Because that could go either way with Cook.
Yeah.
The game is in where? Where is the game at? I don't remember. I think it's in Alabama, is it not? Blow them out. Okay, Cook. That sounds like heart.
Yeah, that's hard.
The first one I might have gave you the head pick. That sounded like a heart pick.
Oh, he said Tennessee.
Ah.
I bet that was hard.
Let me ask this question. It's my last statement for the morning, or it's a question statement. If Tennessee does beat Bama in Tennessee, does Tennessee take the goalpost and throw them into the river? They don't have to go as far as they did from Vanderbilt Stadium to the river. But do they take their own goalpost and carry them to the river and throw them in?
They did the last time they beat Bama.
The cheering Vol Navy out there cheering them on.
They did the last time they beat Bama.
Probably.
Wait
y'all been great this morning. Y'all have been absolutely great.
If Bama beats Tennessee, would they tear down their goalposts and throw them in the river?
You mean would Bama tear down Tennessee's goalpost and take them to the river?
Yeah.
That could turn into pandemonium. That might be another Hatfield McCoy type moment. if that was
That
to
would be
happen.
awesome. That would be awesome. You know who'd win that fight? The
Well,
Bama fans would win that fight.
I don't see how. I mean, it's more Tennessee fans in the stadium, probably. I
It
mean,
doesn't matter.
100,000 plus,
It
107,000.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because they'll be like, oh, crap, there's two of them. You know.
I told you about Cook going to the to see. I think it was Tennessee Arkansas play, or I think it was, and Cook was just dating a girl, so he don't care. He's playing up like he don't like the team or whatever. Well, no, they were Tennessee fans, weren't they? And it was Bama. Anyway, Cook eats all their food. They tailgate, doing all this stuff. He's pretending. And they beat Tennessee, and they come back. It was like a death march on the way home. And Cook's all happy eating up the rest of the leftover food as they travel home. And I think the relationship was over. I think Cook showed a little too much, and they realized he weren't one of them. And I think that ended the relationship. But Cook got a free game out of it, a bunch of good food, and he got to see his team win. And but he lost the girl
Oh, so
and the
sad.
parents.
So sad.
They're crying on the way home, and Cook's like, "Boy, this is some good wings." I think when they won, I think Cook actually got caught doing that, so they hated his guts on the way home. Like he had his Superman covered up, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, you're actually seeing her again? Wow, that's been like 30 years ago, dude. That's been a long time ago. Wow, we've come full circle. Food over girl anytime.
All right, y'all. We gotta get off here.
We gotta go, man. We could go all morning. I gotta go to work. This is great.
Oh my goodness, y'all are on it this morning. I gotta find an outro. Okay, I'm just gonna do it this way. Got it. All right, love you guys. God bless you. Y'all have a great day out there at Cornbread Nation.
Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show.